Well, good evening to you. Welcome. It's Monday night. It's the 8th of June. Now, I don't know if you're going to get this podcast or not because I'm having terrible problems with the old Tinternet. And our landline's not working at all. So if you're trying to catch us on the phone, please ring me on my mobile or send me an email. And the internet is going up and down, in and out. And so I don't know if it's going to work. So I'm going to keep this podcast fairly short. But it's nice to be here. I hope your day's been good. It's been a sort of grey day here, and now the sun's not shining. It's after 9 o'clock at night, but it's warmer and it's a bit brighter. Although I have got my sauna fan rack on. Somebody said to me, "You're looking awfully country." I think that's what they said, and I thought, well, that's very nice of you. Thank you very much indeed. So, what was the tomato doing in the race? It was trying to catch up. Of course. I'm not going to put any poems tonight, but last night when I was on, I was talking about stories of the lockdown. And did you have any stories and things, or any sort of thoughts? And somebody sent this to me. They said, and I think I just really like this. It's so profound, so important. They said, living alone and shielding, I, like others, miss physical contact and the stimulus of social gatherings. Like others, I've been saddened at the suffering and loss of friends during this COVID crisis. However, I've also been amazed that between the kindness of friends and huge governmental and NHS efforts, plus the wonderful volunteers who've offered their services, I've wanted for nothing and have been blessed. Unless time should rob me of my mind, I shall never forget those kindnesses and support. That's my COVID story thus far. I just think that sums it all up, doesn't it? It's because this whole COVID thing's about kindness, and it's about, those little random acts that people are doing, about communication. And it struck me tonight when I heard that my phone line was down, that communication is so important. And, we just rely on it, don't we? Can you imagine what this COVID virus thing would be like without the internet? Well, how would it spread? Gosh, but we want to know everything immediately, and that's very important. Sometimes I think, I wish that we would go back to the old days. I remember once going to the library, and I asked the librarian if she had any books about paranoia. She whispered, "They're right behind you." I have to say thank you to all these people who keep sending these jokes in for me, because they do make me smile. But listen, I know a lot of people have spent hours and hours out the back in their gardens, but don't tell secrets in the garden. Please, the potatoes have eyes, the corn has ears, and the beans stalk. So be very, very careful when you're out there in your garden, please. Just focus on things, really, because, life's like a camera. Focus on what's important and capture the good times. That's quite a serious little comment for today, isn't it? Focus on what's important and capture the good times. I think that's good. I think that's a really important thing. I can't say it. I've got my teeth in wrong. Hang on a minute. Thank you, Dentifix. They are mine, actually. Well, actually, there's a couple at the back that are still being paid for, they're on interest-free credit. But on the whole, they're mine. A thesaurus is great. There's no other word for it. And yes, I was on a course yesterday learning about the basics of semaphore. I have to say, after an hour, I was flagging. So, I got this story. This story just made me smile when it was sent to me by email today. So I thought I would share it with you. I'm bouncing around a bit because I'm sort of looking at the clock, because usually I upload at about 36, 37, something like that. And, or download at 36, 37. I'll probably upload a bit less than that on the internet because I finish this and I put it onto YouTube, and then it all goes out on Facebook and all the things that go with that. Today, 10 minutes ago, I was downloading at 6.1, which is really pretty slow. So I'm concerned that this might not happen. Isla, are you still snoring? Yes, she is. Isla the talking dog. I had this lovely little religious story sent to me. A child had an invisible friend. Actually, that's a point. Did you have an invisible friend? Do you still have an invisible friend? When I've often wondered that. When do you have to say goodbye to your invisible friend? I've probably still got invisible friends in my head. Well, the only friends I've got probably are in my head, but you know what I mean. That's interesting, yes. Did you have an invisible friend? Would you be willing to pop Bobcast an email? rectorofkelso@gmail.com or bobking@wbsnet.co.uk and share it with me. I'll do it anonymously, of course. I do nearly all the stories and things I do anonymously. Anyhow, this one has come in today. And a child had an invisible friend. It was a bear called Gladly. And only the boy could see him. His mum asked him one day where they met. And the boy said, well, actually, they met at Sunday school. Oh, said Mum. So, what did he look like? He had crossed eyes, the boy said. We sang about him. Oh, said Mum, that's interesting. What did you sing? Gladly, the cross-eyed bear. It's a bit religious for me, really, isn't it? But actually, it's true, isn't it? Because we're called to take up that cross, whatever that cross may be, and bear it and share it and be with other people. And that, I think, is what this lockdown's talking about. I'm writing my sermon for next Sunday. And that's really about sharing and the things that we're doing automatically. I could tell it to you now, and then you wouldn't need to listen on Sunday, so I'm not going to. But it's just having that courage, really, to say, well, actually, yes, the cross-eyed bear. Just out of interest, what would you say to a man who's just stolen your gate? Your gate. I'd say nothing. You might take offence. And where would he sell it? Yes, I know, fence. Yep, all those jokes don't really get any better at all. So today, Monday, beginning of a new week. Don't know about you, but for me, whether it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, my mother-in-law used to say a wonderful thing. She used to say, I don't know whether it's Tuesday or Christmas, and I don't know if I really care. But Monday, the new week has started. The good thing is that you're already through Monday night. By the time you're watching this, you're heading towards Tuesday and Wednesday, and then it's the downhill to the weekend. And the weather's all over the place. Some moments it's really bright, and the next minute it's a little bit grey. I'm seriously thinking about the whole communication business, and what does it mean to BT and Open Reach. I hope they are an Open Reach and open out to me very soon and come and sort everything out. But we are lucky, aren't we? You know, my landline packed up, so I picked up my mobile and rang. And if my mobile hadn't worked, I'd have got somebody else's mobile. Think of the old days. Do you remember party lines? I used to think party lines would be great, but no, it wasn't that type of party. And going down to the phone box, pressing button A, pushing in your coin, pressing button A, pressing button B, then trying to get button C. You could press buttons B and C at the same time. Sometimes you got the call and you got your money back. Such changed days and the whole way we communicate. The way we communicate with each other. But actually, one thing that's never changed, the way we communicate with God. It's always been in prayer and in action, in word and in deed. Always been the same, and I suspect always will be. So, as we come out of the aftermath of the riots that have been going on in America and in our country and in other places of the world, let's remember, beloved, let us love one another, because love is of God. And the creed and the colour and the rain won't matter, I'll be there, as we're neighbours to each other and doing all those things. So, I'm going to try and send this up now into the ether and see what happens. I hope you get it. And I will talk to you tomorrow. I hope, presuming, of course, that I've got something to do. So God bless you. Take care. Look after yourselves, and look after each other. And tomorrow, if you are lucky enough to have a landline, why don't you ring someone that you haven't rung during lockdown? Out of the blue, and said, Bob King just told me to do this. It's a nightmare, isn't it? Just give him a call. Why not? Watch thou, dear Lord, with those who wake or watch or weep tonight, and give your angels charge over those who sleep. Tend your sick ones, Lord Christ. Rest your weary ones and bless your dying ones. Soothe your suffering ones. Pity your afflicted ones. And shield, maybe for the next 8 weeks, your joyous ones. And all for thy love's sake. Amen. For those of you who've had the shielding letters today saying another 8 weeks, my thoughts and prayers are with you. We'll do all we can to ease that burden and to walk the journey with you, holding your hand, sadly metaphorically, and from a distance. But we may be socially distant, but we are, of course, spiritually close. Right. You know something, I don't mind breakfast in bed, but to be honest, I prefer it in a bowl. Good night. God bless. Bye-bye.